Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's it going? The veil's broken. I started the stream before I had it set. You saw me sitting here looking stupid. What's going on, everybody? How are you? Happy Sunday, or whatever day it is for you. We're here. My hero day. What's up, Rebecca? What's up, Rock? What's up, Julian? What's up? What's up? I'm good. Baloney, what's going on? Ooh, there's a new series. I Tell C. What's this? Interesting. What is this series? It's a new series in Jump. I may read that later. I'm looking at the title page for this. That's what I'm doing currently. Ah, okay. All right. Cool. I'm not gonna waste any time, right? Last week we got the continuation and seemingly conclusion of all of the multiple prison breaks, right? In the Discord, I did put, I don't know if anyone saw it. I think someone saw it. Someone may not have saw it. But in last week's chapter 298, I was rereading, because I usually reread the chapters as I'm watching Attack on Titan. On 298 page, what page is it? I'm looking at it now. Was it this? It was this page, correct? Yes. On page 5, it says, the escaped prisoners from Tartarus and the near high ends proceeded to attack 7 other prisons, freeing additional convicts from 6 of them. So I don't know if it's I didn't posed it as a question, but I was like, could this be something? Or is it just I figured there would be more focus on one of the prisons being able to fight them back and essentially winning because no one escaped. But could this be something that one of the prisons they couldn't get someone out, or they put someone in, or something? I don't know. Just theory in my brain, theory crafting. But it's nothing major whatsoever. All right, let me pull up 299. I'm gonna pull the chapter up. We're not gonna waste any time. Join the let me sign in first. Log in. Oh, there we go. Cool. 299. Pulling up the chapter right now. 299. Ooh, we're out of focus. There we go. All right. Here we are. Like those tragic tales, 299. Let's go single page. Well, let's go double page. We'll go single page if we feel it. I only saw heroes on TV, so they were pure fantasy to me. No more than anime. No more real than anime, excuse me. All Might Endeavor. Wow, look at that. It's like a shack. And is that's separated by water, or is it up on a hill? It looks like it's up on a hill and then a city. You snuck into town and thought you'd get away with it, didn't you? Why, you little... What'd you do there, huh? Did you sell me out to who? You can't fool me. So... is this Hawks? I'm still on page 1, but this looks like Hawks. Face looks like Hawks. It looks like it could be tiny little wings. It sure enough does look like Hawks to me. Now, who is this in the background? Is this person in the background? I'm just taking a stab in the dark. Page 1. Is this the girl that was in Tartarus? That's interesting. If it's a girl that was in Tartarus, that's interesting. Hold on. Or if it's not, it could not be. It just could be his mother, and we see cases. It'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting twist if it was a girl from Tartarus. But if not, if this person on page 1 is like his mother or something, and we see and hear these stories all the time of either single mothers getting into another relationship with a man, and then he's like takes control of the entire relationship, abuses the child, so on and so forth. That could be that, or this could actually be his real father, and he's just an abusive POS, right? That just could be what this is. Page 2. All right. Definitely hawks. My feathers were all tingling. I thought maybe something was happening in town, but the tingling stopped, so I turned around and came home. Nobody saw me. Don't you dare lie to me. Don't go talking to anyone. Don't leave this house. Don't do a damn thing. In fact, an interjection. Dear, the TV won't work. Like I give a crap. Then find my next job for me. Hey, don't leave, okay? I don't see wings on her back. Does the dad have wings possibly? Let me go over to 3. I don't see wings on him. Years ago, my dad killed someone over pocket change. Mom harbored him when he was on the lam, and that's how I was born. Move it. How many times have I told you, don't turn your back on me? Jeez, kick the hell out of him. I'm sorry. Relying on Tommy's quirk was a mistake. Is that a wing on his right hand side, or is that his jacket? Worse than that, she got herself knocked up. If only that little punk never been born, then I'd still be free as a bird. How? Like, how could you be free if you were on the lam? I hate. Oh, that's disgusting. Disgusting. Yes. Look at the sleeves on his dad. That could be his wings. I see like on page 3. You can see right there. All right. Holy crap! Those are her eyes floating right there. I didn't even notice that. Those are her eyes. Wow. If that's the case, then his quirk totally could be a combination of his 2 parents, like a perfect meld. Wow. I did not see those eyes sitting there. The only thing she said so far is, hey, don't leave, and the TV's not working. I knew my parents were broken inside. Hold on, let me zoom in. Is the bottom of page 3 him playing with his Endeavor doll? Looks like it. Yep, top of page 4 confirms it. So I sat there and endured, hoping to avoid their fate. This is terrible. Whoa. He was arrested. Huh? What now, Keiko? He stole a car, left, and got caught. It's like the reverse version of Warren Worthington's Angel's backstory. Yeah. Wow, yeah. By Endeavor. Ooh. In that moment, fantasy became reality. Heroes were suddenly real to me. Wow. Page 6. Top of page 6. Gotta run away. When the shock wore off, Mom got scared that she'd be charged for harboring a fugitive, so we left the house that very day. But my mother didn't have wherewithal to survive in society. Didn't have the wherewithal, excuse me. Let's go to the police. I tried to go about things the right way. Fine, whatever it takes to get us some money. What? You're your father's son, aren't you? Why were you even born? What? Why do you even have those wings? We will provide comprehensive support for you and your entire family. My entire family? Does it look like there's anyone else? Like, what? There's a child right in front of you. Like, come on. As a part of that support, we will erase any connection to the name Takami and allow you to start over. This is shiesty as hell. This is so shiesty. This is just super sketch. Page 8. Oh, wow. Look at Hawks. Hawks. Just sleeping? Good. I feared you pass on. Dude, is this Genus's car? Genus has got the Batmobile? What the heck? Look at Genus. Look at Genus. We'll arrive shortly. Geez, Genus. I didn't expect that. Sorry I get to snooze while you don't. Indeed. Without the medical achievements of Central Hospital, you'd still be hovering between this world and the next. For instance, the procedure to induce a death-like state inspired by the Nomu, which I wasn't all too keen to receive. Even now, my body is like worn, distressed denim. Wow. So that's what the plan was. That's what the plan was. We essentially faked his. Oh, wow. Good plan. Good plan. Good plan. Sorry about that. I suggested it since I knew a cheaper trick wouldn't fool them. Especially with the guy responsible for the Nomu lurking behind the scenes. But it was a success, and I delivered your supposedly dead body to Dabi. He went as far as having your corpse identified, but since you were really you passed the test and he bought the story. Alright. Now for everyone saying that Dabi was an idiot, or he worked his little pen, around, and made it make sense. Worked his little pen around and made it make sense. Alright. Cool. At least it takes something away from Dabi not being an idiot. They actually handed over, right? They actually handed over his actual body, which is pretty crazy, I might add. It's pretty nuts that they did that. His work vehicle is so gas it's a tax write-off. Yes. Then he suggested we hang on to your body until it was the perfect time, which led to your preservation at one of the facilities they control from the shadows. As it happened, I secretly revived you at the perfect time for us. Dude, Hawks looks terrible. Brace yourself. Ooh, you hit the power slide? That's what it's crazy. It's crazy that you would do that, because Dabi is crazy enough to do exactly what you said, Valoni. Torch the body right then and there. And it'd have just been like, damn, he's gone now. Like, that's crazy. Nothing much, just some loose threads that need mending. That's Genus. Glutton God. Revolution time. Starting today, the Glutton God gang rules downtown. Bunch of street thugs. Fiber on? It's the Gene Mobile. I would have never expected Best Genus to have a car that can shoot fibers from it. Like, what? Like, what? I'd still be pretty mad if I'm in a suspended state and my coworker stuffed me in a duffel bag, though. Yeah, I would be too. Especially if that wasn't the plan. No more scarfing, Glutton God Gang. Jeez. Why is Genus just like... Now I understand why Genus is so popular. Now I understand why he's so popular. If I see Genus going down the street in that car, I'd be like, oh man. that's freaking cool. Freaking Genus. Top of 12. Thanks for saving me. Apologies, my poor health necessitated this bombastic capture method. Where are the police and your local heroes? They ain't coming. Why? Do tell me. The cops got their hands full with the escaped prisoners, and all the criticism lobbed at the heroes made them close up shop and skip town. Who needs heroes anyway? Who's this? Okay, so is this like some sort of vigilante? I'm still on 12. I haven't looked over yet. Is this some sort of vigilante, or is this a prisoner? An escaped convict? Something trying to hide? This is interesting. Who needs he's saying who needs heroes anyway. And I'm assuming this is either some sort of, I don't know, vigilante of some sort, possibly taking matters into his own hands since the heroes have skedaddled. I shall have to assign some sidekicks to this neighborhood. Here too? Genus noticed it. All right, so we got happy, 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 upset, 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 happy, happy. So it seems it's 50-50. What's up, Diego? How are you? This page on 13, it's 50-50 on the people that are happy and upset. And you can tell the people that are upset. Well, as if it's a little bit more than 50-50. They're like, they got like this like hatched like stuff on their face. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individuals, 6 right on the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 7 people with a normal face, 6 people with like this, like these lines over them, just like to signify that they're not happy because of this. It's interesting. Which is it? The big one in the back. Before I recover and show my face in public again, there's something I need to confirm. My interpretation of that panel was that it was either Overhaul trying to lay low, or someone from the MLA who was ready to pop crazy on the villain. It didn't even dawn on me that possibly could have been Overhaul. Yeah, it looks like he had something on his hand. It didn't even dawn on me that could have been Overhaul. That's a good call. It could possibly. I can see someone from the MLA as well. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Ukai. Wait, his mother is still alive then. That must be where we're going, possibly? 14. Indeed, his mother. It didn't even dawn on me until he just said that. His mother must still be alive, certainly. Mom? Has she fled? What does it say? Dear Keigo, I'm so sorry. Some horrible men barged into the house and threatened me about our family. So I had to tell them about you and your father. I'm really sorry. I don't want to cause you any more trouble, so I'm leaving. Please be well. I'm so very proud of you. So Dabi sent some thugs who somehow followed the trails this far. Listen, little Keigo. As of today, you have to say goodbye to your name. I figured the leak must have come from Mom. How painful. like a pair of too tight skinny jeans. No. Erasing the Takami name already severed any ties between us. And I was fine with that. Not saving her and turning my back on her. Me, a guy who wants to help people. All this just came back to me. It's actually a relief. Well, I'm not literally. I'm in a rough shape. The safety commission is effectively shut down for now, so there's no one around to issue orders. 16. I'm free of my shackle. All right, so I was literally about to ask. I wonder what the two lines around all of Hawks' speech bubbles. What's up, Jordan? What's up, Jordan? And it must have been like the respirator, because on 16, as soon as he took it off, his voice instantly got shaky. It sort of reinforces the idea in my head that Dobby and Hawks were the same institute as kids. Yeah, I feel the same way. I totally feel the same way, because I think I've been saying that since the moment Dobby said whatever he said, and he had like the little black panel. I was like, they must be from the same exact place. It's just Hawks doesn't recognize Dobby, but Dobby recognizes what's his face. He was using text to speech from his phone to talk. Right, he always had his phone in his hand. Good attention and detail. Totally wasn't paying attention. It's cool. That's really cool. I'm free of my shackles. Your father doesn't need to know about this. I wouldn't stop whining about getting out of the house, so she did it to shut me up. This one's fine, right? The All Might dolls cost too much. Let's hope you grow up as strong as this guy. Wow. Look at Endeavor's toys are in a bin for 500 yen. All Mights are all displayed on a case and they cost 3,000 yen. Wow. But that simple act. Genist, when a person's backed into a corner or when they're truly free, that's when they show their true nature. That's why I think that Bubagawara was I never knew how to say Twice's Jin's last name. I can't say it. Who was just desperate to be helpful. And I feel the same way. 18. Why do you even have those wings? Wow. 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 He saved all those people from that car accident as a child. Wow. Look at how many people did he save? I need to zoom in. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a kid holding onto the dad, right? So I'll count 2, 3, 4. 5 people. Wow. Even if what Dobby says about the Todoroki family is true, I know things are different now. Well, what's your move? There's a lot for me to clean up. Starting with my origins, so to speak. And his wings are growing back. Endeavor's in trouble. Hopefully his wings are growing back. Hopefully this just means that his wings are growing back. If they're not, give him metal wings. Give him metal wings. If not, please. We said the same thing, Dexter. Yeah, metal wings. Yeah, like Angel. He's gonna be like the X-Men Angel. Rock, if you could. If you don't know who Angel is from X-Men, look him up. Quick Google search. Hit him. He's literally. I think he's exactly right. Dexter's like hit the nail on the head. He's the reverse of Angel. Angel had Like it's yeah. So Archangel, yes. Endeavor's doll was $5. Round up to $5, and All Might's was 30. Damn. Just realized that one of the people Young Hawk saved looked like Uraraka's mom. Let me zoom in. A little bit right here. She's holding right there. That really does look like her. Wait, is there 2 people on that panel right there? So there's even more people. Cause there's 2. Is that 2 sets of legs, or is that a bag she's holding? Angel, rich family, mom was never home, kind of crappy dad, hated his power. Hawks is the opposite, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say there's another person behind her. It looking like how it looks weird for a second, because you see legs facing us this way, but then another body that way. But I kind of can see a person's head right there at the top right, and then it looks like this man in the top right of this panel, is holding a little child. Wow. That does kind of look like Ochiko. It really does. This was a great chat. Wow. This was a really good chapter. This is not the chapter I expected to get after last week. No. But this was a really good chapter. This was a really good chapter. Not the chapter I expected. I'm not mad at that either, but nonetheless a good chapter. Hawks has a crappy backstory. So a guy with silver wings and a skin-tight suit. That's essentially what Hawks is. That's essentially his character as Rock. He has a super sad backstory. But I don't know, I love that he's like persevered through all of this. Like I enjoy that. He definitely took all of this hard, but he totally, like, it grew. Like it really good. Yeah, that would be cool, Julian. Kind of like Ida when he pulls out his engines. But at least for Ida, it's like natural. For Hawks, it would be like an augment, but nonetheless. Well, not necessarily. What if his wings even? What if they did indeed grow back? Like if they weren't dealt permanent damage, and they grew back like even more fierce and stronger. That'd be cool. But I think it'd be dope if Hawks had just metal wings. You look up at the night, you just see this metal thing flying through the sky. I think what this really, my only thing is that the muscle and bones were also burned. I need to check that as wing. Did we get a clean look at it? I think we did, right? Did we get a clean look at how it looked? I don't remember. I don't remember exactly. I do enjoy how he came from this absolutely just like cesspool of an environment. 2 parents that weren't together, right? They weren't essentially together. He was on the run. He shacked up with this lady, right? He shacked up with her. They had a kid. He didn't want no kid. She didn't want no kid. They lived in basically a shack. And the crazy thing is how his life got better when his dad left. The man that put his dad behind bars is the man he looks up to right now, and who inspired him like throughout his entire life. Like literally, Endeavor lit his life up. Right? Endeavor lit his life up. Genus mentioned the medical achievements of Central Hospital. That's true. Yeah. I think Hawks can get metal wings if they put Genus in a state where the Paranormal Liberation Front monitored his body, right? and confirmed that he was dead. So yeah, Rock, again, we're leaning more towards Dexter's theory. Again, the dad is the one who is just absolutely deplorable. Absolutely true. I think it's cool that Hawks's wings looks like his mother's hair. Like if you look at page not so like if you look at page 3, 4, like any page that she's on, her hair looks like how his wings look. So I would beg to wonder, like what if his mother's hair was red? And he gets the control of each individual feather from the fact that she has like these floating eyes. And he just gets the wings because it looks like the dad on page. Like he has like wings under his jacket. I don't know if that's just a jacket thing or like if it's like a custom jacket or something. But it's interesting how he would get wings of all things, and it doesn't look like either of his parents have wings. Does lead me to wonder if his mother's hair is red. That's something we'd have to get in the anime to see, or if we get a color, or if we get a colored what's his face. He has feathers on his arms. Yeah. It looks like it. There's clearly feathers on his arm. It just seems weird that the feathers goes through his jacket unless it's some sort of like custom jacket. Just seems a little odd. I still can't get over that Genus has a Batmobile, a Gene Mobile. I can't get over that. He has a Gene Mobile. And he can shoot fibers from his Gene Mobile. That's what the Redestro company is for. Man, this is nuts. The wheels do look a little bit tiny though. I will say that. The wheels do look a little bit tiny. Like I was because you look at on page 13, they look small, and they do kind of look small on page 8. But nonetheless, they're wheels. The hell am I complaining about? And I can imagine that Genus's car is dark blue, just to match his denim. Can't believe that. That's really freaking cool. I'm interested on what this panel is on 12 of this guy. Who needs heroes anyway? Honestly, if I think it's more I think it's more of the fact that people are gonna start taking matters into their own hands now because the heroes aren't up to snuff. They can't get it right They can't do it right. They can't get the job done. So I think it leans more towards the to that. I think so. Genus parked the car in a no entry lane. Did he? And this man calls himself a hero. Oh man. Damn Genist. Do they ever let me look at this panel. Do they show the man again that says they ain't coming? That explains it? Ugh. No, they don't. That man could be Toga. I don't think so. I do think Toga's possibly gonna go to the hospital. I'm still on that from last week. I do think it's possible she's gonna go to the hospital. What are we gonna get for 300? I don't see. That's why I'm confuzzled. I'm confused because I didn't expect this to be the chapter to follow up last week. So it completely just throws you off on what's next. Excuse me. Like, where do we go after this? Do we go back to the hospital? I could see 300 being like, yeah, Deku, them damn arms is gone. That's what you get. It could be something like that. I don't know, but I don't know. Like, where do we go? 300s when we find out they're going to have to... Me and Dex are on the same wavelength. Same wavelength. We done said the same thing a few times today so far. Yeah, I can honestly see that. I can totally see that. Deku has, like, because his right arm is worse than his left arm. He's right arm dominant. That's the one he throws out there. And the right arm, if I'm remembering how the fight, Black Whip was the left arm and the right arm is what he was going in. Right? He was going in with that one. I honestly think that right arm should be gone. I do think so. You know what I want? I literally just thought of this. I want Deku to accumulate, because I personally believe in my heart of hearts, if my hero doesn't get like a continuation of when these kids are adults, that Deku is going to die at the end of My Hero Academia. I do believe that. His final battle will be his last battle and he will die. I truly do believe that. Well, do I believe that, or is that just what it's what I think. It's what I think will happen. And honestly, what I would enjoy the most is because Hori has been riding around Aries Rewind the proper way, right? He's going to be riding the proper way. Well, he's been riding around her ability the proper way, not using it too much, putting restrictions and limitations on it. Of course, when she gets older, it's going to be more busted. But I honestly do believe that Deku's going to continue going through the series, completely destroying himself. And when we get to the final battle, Eri is going to heal him, and all inhibition is going to leave that boy's body, and he's going to fight like there's no tomorrow. I'm stealing that from Tower of God. Stealing it from Yvonne Kell. He's going to fight like there's no tomorrow, and I think he's going to die in that fight. At full 100%. Fully. I truly do believe that. I do believe that. Alright. Wonder if we're going to start seeing more buildings like the one on 15. I was on 13. That, like, is that the logo of the institute that took Hawks in? Honestly, I think this would be, if we look at this building, it would be interesting to see if we go back throughout my hero if we can find it placed in the background or find this logo somewhere. I think that would be the more interesting thing to go back and do. I'm freaking freezing down here, by the way. If you see me sort of like shivering a little bit, it's cold. There's a nor'easter happening tomorrow, so we're gonna get like a foot or more of snow tomorrow. And it's absolutely like, how cold is it today? It's been freezing the last couple of days, right? It's I'll change it to Celsius for everybody. It's -7. In Fahrenheit, it's 19 degrees, but for everyone else that does not go by Fahrenheit and goes by Celsius, it's -7. It's freaking cold. And I don't like it. Then it comes full circle since All Might says self-sacrifice is one main qualities of a true hero. We had -32 Celsius a couple weeks ago. Did I take a picture of it? I think I did the other day. It was Thursday, I want to say. I think I took a picture of it. It was closed. I think I took a picture of it. I don't remember. I did. It was -20 like 2 days ago. It's freaking freezing. That was freaking freezing. I hate the cold. I hate the cold so much. Yeah, Julian, that does make it come full circle. Absolutely. I could see something like that happening. I would kind of be like sad if that happened. Like he went through this whole story, right? Losing his arm, more injuries, working his way up to be this amazing hero. Ares finally like, I can heal you. Because I wonder how that would work. No, Dexter, I agree. I totally agree. I wonder how that works. Like, say if chapter 300 is the confirmation that Deku has to get one of his arms amputated, right? And Deku grows up, right? Not like if Eri comes in 6 months from now and rewinds it, but if he like grows up more, like he's 15 or 16 now. I want to say Deku's 16 now, because we've basically started his second year of school. I wonder, he's 16 now, right? Because his birthday's in spring. I think his birthday's in spring. Isn't his birthday? Or not. Or his birthday just passed. I'm thinking like in our time, like real life. His birthday either just passed or it's in spring. I want to say March. I don't know why I'm thinking March, but I want to say his birthday's in March. It's in summer. I'm a fool. So it's 6. So no, he would be 15 right now. He'd be turning 16. So Deku's still 15 because I think it's spring. I think it's April. Currently in story, it's April. Yeah, that's right. Deku's birthday is in the summertime. I'm Googling it. When's Deku's birthday? As I do know, my cringy behind wish the boy happy birthday. When is he's 16 now? So that means he'd be turning 17? July 15th is his birthday. He's 16. So that means he'd be turning 17 in story. Like in 2 or 3 months. Deku's still 5'5" at the age of 16. That's crazy. It's crazy. I hope he gets a growth spurt. I do. I hope he gets a growth spurt. He's gonna still grow. But yeah, how would that work if Deku was, say, like Deku's 16 now? Like, say if at age 21 this final battle happens and Eri rewinds all of the injuries he's ever had. What happens to his arm? Because he's like he never had. Would she rewind him back to being 16? I think that would be the case. He would never have his arm as an adult, even if she rewind. Or I wonder if if she could be specific enough. I wonder if she could just rewind the, so like him overall isn't, but then that would be weird because he'd have a 16-year-old arm and like a 21-year-old. I don't know how her quirk could work. She could get fancy with it, but I wonder if she could like rewind the damage on his left arm, right? If she could rewind the damage on it, but not. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how. And that means Deku would be 16 again. No, Deku would be. He would be 15. I don't think it's going to be amputated since I would remove the scars he's gained. Yeah, but then he would just not have an arm. He can lose the scars he has if the arm is gone altogether. I'm fine with that. I think the issue people have is if he gets rewinded or gets healed and he loses the scars and has his arm. I don't mind if he doesn't have arms, if he doesn't have scars, if he doesn't have the arm. I think like if he's just a nub from, like, I think that if they were to get rid of it, I don't think they're cutting him off at the shoulder. I don't think that's the case. It's possible they could cut him off at the shoulder, but it would look weird. I think they would take him at the elbow. I think they would take him at the elbow. So I think him just having a nub is cool because he would look at the nub every day like, damn, I messed up. It would be like, damn, I truly messed up. I wonder if that's actually the case. I'm going radio silence. When does the next chapter come out? February 7th. Yeah, that's next, because the 5th is Friday. That's the Hero Association building? Okay. Deku probably would get some robotic arm augment if he would get some sort of robotic enhancement. I think he would get something. So that's the Hero Association building. Okay. Gotcha. I'm going on complete internet silence. Wintergreen soldier incoming? What if? What if they take Deku at the shoulder? What if they take the whole thing? His entire arm? And when I think of armless Deku, I think of him at the elbow. But what if they do take him at the shoulder? He just wakes up and there's nothing there. Like, whoa. And then he gets like a Winter Soldier freaking vibranium adamantium arm. That would be crazy. That would be nuts. That would be actually nuts. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Because then he could have yeah, they're dropping a lot with these medical advancements. But I wonder, because if he got a metal arm, imagine if he had a metal arm, imagine what he could do. He could have right, if he could have like like, I don't know, like remote arms where it's like they're like drones or something, he can use them to fight. I don't know. Yeah, the fishes again. Dye his hair blonde, change his name to Edward. If Mirko gets an arm in the future, so can he. Yeah. Imagine her with a robot leg. Imagine that. Imagine that. They had a cover page a while back about Mirko getting a new arm. That was the one where it looked like it was wrapped up, right? And there was a bunch of bunnies around her. Was it like that? It was kind of like, I don't know, it was like different belts and stuff and everything. Maybe this is where Melissa comes in to make a better full gauntlet. I wonder if Hori would include Melissa into the story. I think it would make sense to just bring her in for a little bit. I wonder if he would include her in the story. That'd be interesting if he did. I think if we get in like some sort of upcoming arc, if we get some sort of like upcoming arc where like we're going into all these medical enhancements and everything, someone of her like education and like her skill set, she would be suited to be introduced into the manga and reintroduced to people of fans of the series. That'd be interesting, huh? This is a really good chapter. Weird placement, but really good chapter. I think what I'm gonna do is less than 2 months for season. I know. I'm excited too. I can't wait to see the class battle. I want to see 1B in full action. I want to see Shinso in full action. And I think the animation is gonna be good. Good. I think the animation is gonna be really good. If you tried to use One for All normal placement, it would just break, right? If she was able to develop something that could withstand his punches. But then that would bring into the fact of people probably being peeved that now Deku has a robotic limb that can bear the brunt of all of his full power if it didn't have any like limitations. And people would be like, now he doesn't have any consequences. Something. I wouldn't mind him having a metal arm from Melissa, as long as he could break said middle arm if he went too much. Yeah, All Might definitely stop using gear. He said it was that, and wasn't it because he said it was clunky as well because it wasn't as developed as like her name's May, right? It was like too big. It wasn't as sleek. All Might and his support gear looked like a mech. Essentially, he looked like a mech. That's how large he was. See. If he could do like Black Whip stuff with his arm rock, that would be cool. Yeah, like if he could do some sort of manifestation of an arm with Black Whip, it'd be some interesting things that you could play with like in battle of Deku. Like that, it would be really cool. Yeah. Ooh, Dexter, I like that. Cause she was fly with how she. I love her like style, her move set, her abilities. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Sasuke with Susanoo arm. Sure. Yeah. That'd be cool. Deku has been copying everyone, right? So he used Black Whip like Sue. He trained with Uraraka to get a handle of float, so it wasn't completely new to him when it activated. He darts around like Gran Torino. He gets his style and flashiness from Bakugo. The kicks from who do you get the kicks from? Ida? From Ida, right? I want to say he got his kicks from Ida. Yeah, kicks from Ida. I would love for him to, like, he's training with Sero to get used to using Black Whip as an extension of himself. But I would love it if he, like, I don't know, worked with Tokoyami or possibly Kirishima to figure out how to somehow use Black Whip in a way that he could either shield himself or do something else, or do like some crazy like abyssal black body stuff like Tokoyami does. And then the work with Kirishima on how he could use Black Whip to somehow wrap it around himself and create like a shield of something. I don't know, or some sort of like Black Whip armor. That's like some sick ideas possibly you could come up with it. I'm just like trying to think of everyone in the class that he could possibly get something from. That'd be interesting though. That's right, really, from Mina as well. He figured like he's learned how to move. I have a theory that since Mirko will be out for a while, maybe Hori will find a way for her to train Deku up while he rehabs his body. Is Mirko, did she go to UA? Is that known knowledge? Well, I'm acting like, see, I'm so used to not searching the internet for a series, but I'm caught up on My Hero. There's nothing to spoil me. There's nothing to spoil me. Mirko, Boku no Hero Academia. Is it common knowledge? I'm hitting the wiki to see if she went to UA. I feel like she didn't, because I feel like I've read her say something about UA and it wasn't in, I don't know. Yep. Can you imagine seeing this girl in real life? Jesus. Let me stop. She didn't go to UA? Okay. Is it known what school she went to? Their styles are way too similar. Yeah. Since he was in rage mode, it's like Black Whip engulfed him. She didn't go to UA. I was thinking, because if I'm just going off of what you're saying, if somehow, some way they do end up working together, I think it'd be a cool idea if she went to a regular high school that has a hero program. Okay. If somehow, some way, if for some reason Deku ends up staying at UA, however the case, if she somehow gets either brought in as a teacher or a consultant and he works with her that way, or through the rehab at whatever hospital they go to, I would assume that they would both end up at the same hospital, that through their rehab she would be able to coach him up in a sense through like both of their rehabs at the same time. It's interesting. I would expect her to have access to, I can see her having access to more things because she's a top 10 hero. She's a top 5 hero, isn't she? She's top 5, right? She was top 10 before, but I don't freaking. She's a top 10 hero. She's a top 10 hero, so she would have access to a bunch of more resources than Deku would, even though he goes to UA. She's 5 now, okay. I can see All Might finessing a deal, or they go to the same place for rehab. All Might's got some cachet. He's got some cachet. It's All Might. So I want now more than ever. I want to hear what's on All Might's mind. I hear what's on his mind. Hear what he's thinking. How he's processing things. How is he? Because I'm certain that the news that there was a prison break at Tartarus, All Might instantly knows All For One escaped. I want to know how is he stressed as hell? Is he stressed that possibly at any moment All For One could come for him and Deku right now, and there's nothing that anyone can do to stop him? Like now is what I want. I want a tiny little All Might focus just to see. Just to see. Just to see. Because there's a lot of variables in the air that All Might can't be comfortable at this moment. He can't be. Because currently, there is no one that can stop All For One. Like, if All For One really wanted to wreak havoc and probably not come up with a plan like he's going to, who's going to stop him? Nobody. Yeah. Yeah. This might be the one time where All Might uses his head and gets Izuku out of Japan, maybe to Island or the US. It would make the most sense. It would make the most sense for Deku to leave, because there's no one that can stop All For One right now. There's nobody. Like, All For One is a shell of himself, yes. But which one of these heroes actually could stop him? If All For One in his current state right now really wanted to just wreak havoc. No. Nobody. Especially with Endeavor out of commission. I'm not even talking about Shigaraki. I'm talking about All For One and his beat up, decrepit body having a copy of his own quirk. There's still nobody, I think, in the mainland of Japan that's an active hero could do to stop him. I think Endeavor is your best chance, and Endeavor is right. Endeavor is out of commission. Edgeshot looked beaten beyond belief. Genus is a shell of himself. Hawks has no wings. Mirko is armless and legless. What's up, NW? What'd you think on the chapter? Thought it was really good. Who else? I would say the kids and some other heroes would be the best bet. Bakugo's hurt, but Bakugo would fight. Shoto? I don't know. A lot of the kids from Shiketsu, the 1B students, and some of the pro heroes that didn't get caught up in the there's not much really to say about the chapter. You can kind of microanalyze it, but it's just backstory for Hawks. It's backstory. I'm glad. Don't forget about my man manual. I said it before, NW. I wouldn't have expected a Hawks backstory chapter after last week's chapter. I wouldn't have expected that right now, especially being chapter 299 as well. So it just makes me wonder even more, what do we get for 300? Unless pro heroes from different countries coming. Right. You would think so. Because I think this week I'm gonna go on complete radio silence. I'm gonna download all of the chapters of Vigilantes from Viz. Right? From Vigilantes, I'm just gonna download all of them and just read Vigilantes this whole week, because I do think chapter 300 is gonna be something major. And I don't even, because if it's something major, it's gonna trend, it's gonna pop even more than any of the other stuff did. So I'm going complete radio silence from anything that's not one of the streams. Total, I'm not I'm not risking it. I think it's because Horikoshi wants to have these in between chapters before. Yeah, that's true. Ox gets metal wings. Izuku gets a metal arm. Aim rises to be the new big. That's funny. Aim rises to be the new big. I do think there's no place on Japan for Deku. I think it would, unless we see All for One go into some sort of stasis. We know Shigaraki is going into a sort of stasis until he's complete. It logically doesn't make sense for Deku to stay in Japan. If I'm All Might, the first thing I'm doing is no. If I'm All Might, I'm protesting that he leaves now. Yeah, they both probably have search. I'm protesting, like, granted, the boy's in a coma. Right? He's in a coma. We need to move him. We need to move him now. We need to move him now. There's too much going on. There's too much at stake. All Might's got to have some. He's All Might. He's got to have some pull. He's got to have some pull. I'm freezing. I think so. We've only seen one panel of Deku, but I honestly think because of how the relationship with Deku and his mom is, the first, if she was alive, Hori would make sure she was in the first panel next to his hospital bed. She would be. I still think that. And we've only seen one panel of Deku in the hospital. But I do think if she was alive, and I want to be wrong. If she was alive in the first panel, she would be there. I do think so. The first panel showing Deku in a hospital bed, she would be by his side. I truly do think that. Waiting for the US or some ally to help out. America ain't helping. Possibly Korea. That's usually how it goes in a lot of animes. The countries that usually help is Korea. Or if it's Korea in trouble, Japan will come help. Totally. And I think upon Shigaraki's awakening, it could be would we say Shigaraki could become a global threat? Possible. Because if we go off of the flashback from All for One talking to the first user of One for All, his younger brother, where he was explaining, yeah, I read your comic books, right? I agree, Julian. I'll get back to my thought. I agree, but this time is different. I agree, but this time it's different. Alright, Valoni, catch you later. I know it's late for you. I agree, but this time is different. This time is very different from any other time we saw Deku in a hospital. It's very different. This is different. I do believe that. Talking about supervillains here, not some cross-country thugs or narcos. It's the fantasy world, assuming they have brains. Right, assuming they have brains. They would deploy units to help so that this threat doesn't become global. I agree. It makes sense, yeah. Just unless I haven't read Vigilante, so I don't know how the America of the My Hero universe responds to certain things. Because I do know we have American heroes and vigilantes, right? I've read the first chapter of Vigilantes, where you get introduced to. I don't remember their names. I do remember Pop Step's name. Pop Step, it's the guy with the bandana, and he's kind of muscular. He's got like the knuckles, and then the young kid, the younger guy, or the tinier one with the All Might hoodie, and he just helps people with directions. I read the first chapter, but that's all I read. Kind of like the chapter 0 where Aizawa is explaining to the class what a vigilante is, and you're cutting away to Pop Step and the other dad. Right, the other dad, the other dude, and the two other guys, and they were like interacting with each other, and Aizawa like took off his things like he was gonna catch him, and then they took off. But I was like, this is a good chapter, and then I was tired and I stopped reading. Stop reading Vigilantes, not because I didn't like it, but you know how just sort of like stop something. Yeah, I totally understand. NW, what's your prediction for what chapter 300 is going to be? We all talked about it a little bit earlier. What's your prediction? Going back into Deku's mind. Okay. Me and Dexter at the same time, we said in chapter 300 we're gonna find out that one of Deku's arms needs to be amputated. That was our guess. That one of Deku's arms are gonna need to be amputated. I think that's my prediction for what 300 is. Rocks is Deku's father reveal. That would be a crazy one. It would be crazy if everything we thinking about happened. They tell Deku his arm's gonna get decapitated, amputated, decapitated arm. What the heck? It'd be nuts if they tell Deku that his arm needs to be amputated. His dad shows up. I don't want his mom to be dead, but I don't know. I just have this sick feeling she is. Just in the deepest part of my stomach, I have this feeling she's gone. That she got caught and something from Gigan or she got caught. I just have this worry. Next week I just want to see her so I could just let out like a deep sigh. But 100%, if Inko in fact dies, I do think that's when we'll be introduced to his father. How crazy chapter 300 would be. They tell Deku, arm amputated, mother died, dad shows up, All Might's like, you have to leave Japan. All at once. All at once. Imagine none of this happening. It's possible. Chapter 300 just could literally be another side person's backstory or something else. And W, she used to have that hairstyle, right? Didn't she? She had longer hair when she was younger. Not anymore. but she used to. She used to. I can see it starting in his mind and then going back to reality in the middle and ending it with Deku's dad. Okay. There would need to be some way that Hori funnel Izuku having to. Yeah. Oh no. She totally used to have that kind of. Her hair was long enough. I don't think we ever seen it in the ponytail over the shoulder, but she definitely wore her hair down. Yes. It's weird that you can't be a shonen main character with a living mother. It is the formula. There's not that many shonen main characters with a mom. Wow. You're right. That never dawned on me. Holy crap. Wow. Holy crap. She might be safe, assuming she didn't have that hair. We get the flashback of her and she has her hair over her shoulder. I've never thought of that. I've always realized the shonen main characters even having no dad or a crappy dad. But I never realized that their mom is always dead. Literally, if I run through my brain. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah, that's true. Both of Yusuke's parents is alive. But his dad's not in the picture. But he does ask about him. I think that's... Yeah, he does ask about him, but his dad's not in the picture. Weird relationship there. It's hard for the MC to do what they need. What? What they need. Yeah, having a parent impedes on your growth. That's crazy. It started out with Disney, the dead parents thing. Yeah. I've watched enough of One Piece to know that Luffy he had no parents. He was with Shanks. I know that much. He was with Shanks and his grandfather, and Ace and Sabo. I know that much. I've watched enough of One Piece to know that much. They grew up with the three of them and his grandfather. And I know who his daddy is, but his daddy is not in his life whatsoever. But like, if you think of Naruto, no. Bleach, no. I don't know about Black Clover, but I assume that they were at an orphanage if I remember that first episode, or a church. Yeah, every series I'm thinking of. You can't be a main character with a stable home life. It doesn't lead to heart-wrenching scenes, right? So Bakugo can't be number one. He has both parents. Todoroki has both parents too. Matter of fact, they all have both their parents. No? Well, all the kids we know that we've seen their parents, they all have both their parents. Deku's the only one that has one parent. He might have no parents soon. I hope he still has one parent. Bakugo needs to kill his parents, I guess. That's sick. That's sick. And this is why they're not the MCs. All right. Leave it at that, Rock. Don't say anything else. Don't say anything else. NW has not watched Attack on Titan. Don't say anything else. That's why Shiggy is the other main character. Yes! He killed his whole family. He killed his parents. That's why Shiggy's the other main character. He's killed his parents. Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, NW, that's an understatement for that series. So this is why you have to know what to look for. Yes. When you start assessing things, it's just like, wow. Dude, I really don't want Inko to be gone. I just want next time we get back to Deku, just to see her walk in the room. That's it. Let her walk in the room, or next time we see in the room, she's there. Please. Corey, don't rip my heart out my chest. Don't rip my heart out my chest. It's like if a character has pink hair and or twin tails. True. And my friend was like, I really, and my only friend was like, I really hope that season 5 shows more Shigaraki. And I started cracking up. I have a friend, like my anime only friend, I put in the Discord how he got spoiled about the Prison Break from comicbook.com of all places, because I don't know what phone he has. Does Yo have any parents in his life? No. Yes? And I'm trying to remember the manga now. But I want to say yes. I'm pretty sure it's no, but I kind of think late in the manga you get introduced. I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't seen Shaman King keep spoilers. Like, if I'm being honest, I love Shaman King, but I don't remember much like after like maybe halfway through the OG animes. Like, it starts to get fuzzy for me. Right. Yeah. Damn, I can't wait for that to come back. What was I saying? Oh, anime only friends. He my friend, he's been spoiled twice. Like, I was like, that's what I was saying. I don't know what kind of phone he has, but when he opens up his web browser, it just gives him like different articles. So like how you open your phone, you get like a new tab. And like when he opened it up, it was sitting right there. It was just like, it says My Hero Academia's biggest villain just got released from prison with a picture of Shigaraki. It's a Google thing. So he was just like, he looks at it and he texts me. He was like, I'm not an idiot. This only can be one person. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And the one time before where he was spoiled, and he's more salty about the first one than this recent one. But he had a friend who he has a friend that doesn't read My Hero but keeps up with My Hero. So it's like he doesn't read My Hero on a weekly basis, but he just catches up. And by catches up, he reads like articles on like the current events of like My Hero, and told him like this was back right when Shigaraki was getting All for One. It was right around that time. And he told, but he kind of like his friend skimmed through the article, didn't understand it, and told him that Shigaraki gets like some sort of plus ultra thing. Right? So now he's under the assumption, like I was like, just for ha-has, I was like, what do you think is gonna happen? And he's under the assumption that Deku's going to lose one for all, and Shigaraki is going to get one for all. And I told him, I was like, that's wrong, but he's not hearing it. He thinks I'm deflecting. I shouldn't have laughed when I told him, but he thinks I'm deflecting because it's right. So I was like, yeah, it's wrong. Don't worry about it. Like, you could let that one go, but he won't let it go. He's really bummed about it. So I can't wait for him to get to this. I think he said he was gonna stay in anime only, watch season 5, and then read because he's sick of getting spoiled. Close though. Shigaraki almost gets off one for all. He almost does. It's a Google thing. Okay. I'm freaking cold. It feels like this heater's not even next to me. Talk about it's super. Oh no, I don't want to crawl under there. I don't know how people could stay in. I don't know how I stay anime only for certain things. Google strikes again. I think it has to be so hard to stay in anime only on popular series. It's so hard. Like it's easier to stay like an anime only for like Dr. Stone or something like that. But like to try to stay like imagine trying to stay anime only for when Naruto was airing. That had to be difficult. That had to be really difficult for people who are anime onlys to stay anime onlys during Naruto. I remember the end of Naruto and it was a big deal. Those pictures were everywhere. Like all the chapter 700, right? All those chapter 700 stuff. It was chapter 700, right? Yeah. All that stuff is all over the place. I don't know how you avoid that. I still want my theory of someone else waking up in Izuku's body to be true. I like that. I like that. I like that. What if Deku and Inko have a secret they don't want anyone to know about, since we start the story when Deku is 4 and not. Yeah, he's right around the age you get checked to have a quirk and not 1. It's possible. It's very possible. I have spelled no ship with them because of Flash games in middle school. Not until the second manga I started reading. Yeah. I will, Rock. I will. After I watched season 1 of My Hero, I was like, I gotta read this. What was my second manga I read? I think the first manga I read was Rave Master because the anime never finished, and I wanted to know how that series ended because I really liked Rave Master. That was the first manga I ever read from start to finish. And the second manga I read was Inuyasha, I want to say. Inuyasha was the second manga I read because I read Inuyasha before Final Act came out, which completed the Inuyasha story in anime form. And I want to say the third right? I want to say my third manga I read was Full Metal. I want to say it was Full Metal because Brotherhood wasn't. I don't think Brotherhood was out at that time or was airing at the time I was reading it. I want to say, and I was like, "Ooh, well, here's the anime." It's stuff like that. A lot of my first mangas were animes that never finished. Were a lot of my first mangas, and then that's when I started to read like the weekly Big 3 stuff. I think I'm so attached to My Hero. It's kind of dawning on me now. It's kind of dawning on me now that a lot of people who like read Jump, like who read like a lot of things in Jump, read My Hero from the start. But I don't know, for some reason I seen the very first image of like the promotion, like My Hero coming to Shonen Jump and whatever. And I looked at it and I was like, I want to check that out. And whenever that first chapter came out and I read it, and I was like, I said it to myself. I remember saying it to myself. I read the first chapter and I was like, this is going to be the next big show. I said it. I was like, it's going to be the next big show. And I read all the way up because I was reading it from Manga Stream. No, I wasn't. I was reading it from Manga Panda. And I read literally the chapter I left off on was the finale of Momo and Shoto versus Aizawa and their training, the training that they did for school. I stopped reading there because something happened on Manga Panda, and like the chapter updates got messed up, and then I forgot which day it came out on. So I went like, I want to say a month without reading it, picked up a chapter, and then the anime got announced, and I was like, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna stop reading, watch the anime, right? Watch the anime, and then when the anime finishes, I'm gonna continue reading. And that's exactly what I did. I like shelved My Hero. The anime came out. I loved the anime. Soon as episode 13 ended, I instantly started reading, and I caught up until I was week to week. But I knew it. I read the first chapter of My Hero. I was like, this is gonna be the next big one. I felt that. And my friend was not gonna be interested. My anime only friend. He was like, I don't know. And I told him, I was like, this is gonna be the next big show. Watch it. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. And he said like 4 episodes in, he was like, yeah, you're right. He was like, you're right. I can see where the show has the potential to go. Attack on Titan was first. I was late on Attack on Titan. If I'm being honest, because it was around the time where I had a year in college when I stopped watching anime. I kind of burnt myself out the year before. And the year I stopped watching anime was the year that Attack on Titan came out. I started watching Attack on Titan when the last episode of the season came out. When the last episode of the season came out, I was like, let me see what this is about. And I laid on my bed and watched the first 12 episodes. I skipped class. I skipped everything. On my laptop, laid across my bed, and watched the first 12 episodes of Attack on Titan back to back to back to back to back. I was just like, what the? I was like, I'm a fool. I was like, I am a fool. And as soon as it ended, I started reading. As soon as it ended, I started reading. As soon as I caught back up to that whole first season, I started reading. I read Tokyo Ghoul as soon as the first season finished, because I was one of the people that enjoyed episode 12 but was kind of confused at how he became such a good fighter. Read it, blew my mind, and kept reading. Ooh, I completely forgot I read Gantz. If I didn't read Dexter's comment. Wow, I read Gantz. Gantz got confusing at the end for me. So I kind of realized what happened at the end, but not really. They started aliens and stuff. I was like, what the hell? When chapter 1 of Dr. Stone first came out, I knew it was going to be big. Everyone just assumed it was dead by the get-go. I heard a description of Dr. Stone and was interested and never read it. But when the anime came out, I was like, I'll check this out. Fell in love. Berserk was first. I haven't read Berserk. I know Berserk has to be good just by the sheer amount of people that go crazy over Berserk. Berserk must be good. But I haven't read it. I want to. I want to watch I've watched the first 4 episodes of the 90s anime. I watched the first 4 episodes of the 90s anime, and that's it. So I think I want to watch the 90s anime and then read the manga. I think that's what I want to do. Heard that Dr. Stone got popular because they had a panel of Trump being turned to stone and that he looked like a potato or something. What? Berserk is still ongoing. but it's kind of like it's like Hunter x Hunter with its what's his face. What NW said. What NW said. Hunter x Hunter's never gonna finish, and if if Hunter x Hunter does finish, it's gonna end like Hakusho did. Just like it just ends because Hakusho ended. Hakusho was just, he ended it because he was burnt out, so it just made no sense. I remember reading Hakusho like, wait, that's the end. And it was Hakusho was my first experience of an anime only ending and a manga ending. This was my first experience because I watched through the whole anime and then I read Hakusho and I was just like, what? Like what's this space thing? And then this Yusuke has a ramen cart. What? I'm just like, what? And then I was just like, thank you, like the thank you for reading. And I was like, that's the end. And I rewatched the last episode of Hakusho and I was like, that was a better end. I was like, that was a better end. I want to check out Berserk though. I want to. I think if I finally get this book club off the ground, I think Berserk. I keep saying I think for like 15,000 series, but I do want Berserk to possibly be one of those series. I never went back and read stuff I completed in anime. I think it's interesting to compare things that have been changed. If you ended up in an anime only situation, how your show ended, because I remember being a fan of Kenshin and hating the last arc and the finale of Kenshin. I hated it so much. Like for the anime, I should say. And then when I started reading, I was like, you're telling me that whole last arc and the ending of Kenshin was just all anime only BS? It was. The problem is that if you do check Berserk out, you're gonna catch up and wait months or a year for a new chapter. And unlike Hunter x Hunter, can't even say that there's a semi-end to it, right? Kenshin got a ton of heat for thing related to the author, so he ended. No, the Kenshin manga ended good. I'm not talking about the spinoff. I have not read the spinoff yet. But the manga for the original Kenshin series was great. The anime for Kenshin was absolutely horrendous, in my opinion. And the spinoff is still ongoing. I think we looked this up on stream. It might have finished. And Kenshin stuff got heat here and around the world. Over there, not so much, because he kept writing the series after he dealt all the fines and everything he had to deal with for that. First time I heard on this. Dude, the anime for Kenshin, I stand by that. It was horrendous. It was not good. It was not good. It's not like quality waned or anything. It's just, it was like a whole just filler arc. Like the last episode of Rurouni Kenshin was like Kenshin and Kaoru like on the beach, but the beach was real. Right. The beach was real and they were like cartoon characters, animated characters on a real beach, and half the episode was just like the waves crashing on the beach, and it was like a gloomy, like, I was like, what what's the whole ending of the series, like, it was like, I think the filler arc was them dealing with what are missionaries? And there was like a missionary guy that was blind or something, and like Kenshin, they had like some blinding thing, and Kenshin got cut across the eyes and he was blind now, or something happened and Kenshin was blind, but then at the end of the filler arc he wasn't blind anymore, and he had to learn how to fight without seeing because he relied on his vision so much. It was downright horrendous. It sucked so much. That arc was terrible. I remember watching it like, this does not have the same feeling that any of the previous arcs had. And then, true enough, I started reading and I was like, why didn't they animate this? I was like, why didn't they animate this? Unless I was mistaken, the beach that Kenshin and Kaoru was on, that beach was real. That beach was real. I remember there being an article about the author using the money he made from the series to pay his court fees. People lost their minds. I don't know what you expected. Yeah, he was talking about the beach thing. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that CP, I won't say it out loud because that won't do the stream any good, but CP in Japan didn't get banned until the mid 2000s. I think someone tried to argue this with me before, and I was like, no, I've done my research. I made sure that I was right on this thing. I usually don't talk about something if I'm wrong, unless I'm sitting here like if I'm theory crafting, but if I'm gonna stamp my name on it, I'm usually right when I say it. It was banned in the mid 2000s. Yeah, I don't remember what date. It was definitely before 2010, and I want to say it's between 2003 and 2006. Think about that. Before the mid 2000s, if you had that stuff, you just got a fine and they confiscated it. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely nuts. I'm freaking cold. We went on a long ramble. I think I'm done. I do remember someone did in one of these streams. Someone absolutely argued me on. Was it Yashihime? I want to say someone argued me about the laws and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm not wrong. When it comes to stuff like this, I make sure I'm right before I say something because I don't want to spread the wrong information. You guys might never want to head to Brazil then. Went there once and the stuff they have down there is pure. I don't even want to think about it. That's crazy. Tomorrow Rock. Brazil lives in its own dimension. Yeah. That's nuts. All right, so I'm getting out of here. Another good chapter in My Hero. Got some hacks. Got some Hacks backstory. We got a Hawk backstory. Hawk's backstory. Next week is chapter 300. So I think it's correct to lean towards Hori doing something shocking or revealing next week. I wonder what it could be. We have a few guesses. Yeah, I'm going on internet silence. I'm going on internet silence for this whole week. I am not risking getting spoiled on this. Not even more so. I'm not risking. So I'll be back here tomorrow. Yes, the stream Tower of God. We totally should. A betting pool. We should. I do agree with that. It would be cool. It would be cool. Yeah. Following Dexter's lead. Have a good day. I'll be back tomorrow to stream Tower of God. Chapter 61. Chapter 61, and then we'll move forward from there. So, peace out. Catch up.